Welcome to the complete guide to Melbourne arborists. In this video we're going to cover these four main topics. What do arborists in Melbourne cost? So what's the average job going to run into? Rules and regulations for pruning and removal. There are specific regulations depending on the area you live in. I'm going to show you how to get that information and give you a few general rules of thumb. How to save money on tree removal or pruning jobs. This is a big one and you can literally save hundreds of dollars with a couple of small tips. And number 4, where to find all the best ones, where are all the good arborists. And this one's actually ties into number 3. This is also going to save you a stack of money. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so the first one is, what do arborists in Melbourne cost? It's quite a difficult question to answer. It all depends on what job you're getting done. Obviously you can have a tree removed, pruning, an arborist report, stump grinding, but then you've got trees of various sizes, you've got access issues and things like that. For example, you've got this tree at the front. Something like that might cost between $1,200 and $1,800 to remove, but the one at the back is probably going to cost twice as much just because the access is so poor. Now, that being said, I have put together a infographic to try and help you work out what it might cost to get your tree removed. So on the right hand side you've got tree removal prices, and on the far right you can see the height of the tree, so 1.5 stories, 2 stories, 3 stories, and on the left we've got pruning. So again, it is going to depend on the type of tree. Obviously a palm prune is going to be a lot less than shown there because there's only very small fronds and it's quite easy to get up a palm. So that is going to play a role, and again access and a few things like that, but that will give you a general idea of what it might cost. If you want some more information, we've actually put together a complete tree removal cost guide. If it's not 2017 right now, don't worry about it. We're constantly updating this guide, so it's always going to be relevant to right now. And we just go in a lot more detail. You've got a bit of an average graph there. But you can go through any of these small, medium, large trees, pencil palms, palms, gums, canopy lifts, and we'll try and break down for you exactly what it's going to cost. Another handy tool we've got is just down here, and it's on most pages of our website, is a cost calculator for tree lopping. So you can insert how many trees you have, how high they might be, whether it's a removal, prune, palm, that type thing, whether your access is a wide driveway, a narrow gate, or vacant block of land, and it's going to give you a price estimate of what it might cost you. Okay, so up next we've got rules and regulations for tree pruning and removal. Now, the biggest thing to remember in Melbourne is you have a significant tree register, which means trees over a certain size and trunk girth are registered by the city. And remember, all trees are owned by the city, even though they're on your land, so they're owned by everyone. So what you need to do is, depending on your local council, every local council has different rules and exceptions to rules of whether you can remove trees. So the best way to get that information is to pop over to our website at GoTreeQuotes, and right down the bottom you'll find a link to the council regulation page. Here you just got to hit your city, and it'll give you all the tree preservation orders for all the various parts of the city. So just find whereabouts you are. If you're Bayside, for example, click on Bayside. You'll get taken to the page and the right page on their website, and it'll give you all the information that you need on removing trees. Next up, number 3, how to save money on tree removal or pruning jobs. Now, as discussed earlier in this video, access is definitely a big one and can add to the cost of your tree removal. So securing good access for your arborist when he is ready to take down the tree is going to go a long way to saving you money. Now, what do we mean by access? Here's a good example here on the right. We have good access. So you've got good access in the driveway to take the tree down. On the left is another place. Imagine there's a big tree in the backyard. That's poor access. So if you don't have rear access like this place on the right, what you can do is possibly your neighbor has rear access to whatever side the tree is on, or your rear neighbor might have rear access. If you get along with your neighbor, or even if you don't, maybe you can ask them if you can take out a panel of fencing and the guys can get access through their yard. it is going to save you a ton of money. Now, just like the tree removal cost guide, we have put together an alternative guide to save money on tree removal. So if you wanted a few more details on that, you can go through it here. I'll go through it very briefly. So we spoke about access, removing a side panel of your fence. Room to work is a big one also. So if you have a cluttered courtyard, make sure you remove everything from the courtyard, especially during the quoting process. If they come out and it looks like a mess, they're probably going to add a little bit more of a pain in the ass tax just because they know they're going to have to move everything and put it back in place after it's done. All these little things do certainly add up. Now, a big one is disposal of green waste. So this is all going to depend on the type of tree you have. If you've got palm trees, it might be advisable that you either get a skip bin, or you can wait for your council cleanup to happen out the front of your place. Line it up for when the guys remove the trees and just get them to stack it out the front. Tree dumping charge, or palm tree or any tree dumping charge in great green waste facilities in Australia is anywhere from $150 to $250 a tonne. So that's quite a bit of money, and considering a palm tree would run into about 250, 300 kilos, if you've got more than 5-6 palm trees, you're looking at quite a substantial amount of money. So you could be saving up to $500 just getting the guys to stack it out the front. Another one is obviously your green waste bin. Get them to cut it up. They can put in the green waste bin over time. Now, if you don't have palm trees and you're actually lucky enough to have them removing either a gum tree or some kind of hardwood or even softwoods, make sure you get two prices. You can get a price to remove completely, which means they take everything off your property, or you can get them to get it on the ground, cut up, remove all the brush and leave the cut up firewood sized logs. Now, doing that means you can then go on eBay or Gumtree, take a picture of it and sell it for firewood. So per cubic meter, people generally pay, if it's dry and split, you're probably looking at about 100 to 120. If it's green and not split, maybe 70 you might get per cubic meter. So it's definitely worth it. Even a small and medium size eucalypt, you do get a lot of timber out of it, so well worth the exercise. Plus you're saving money on the other end because the guys don't have to lug all that timber out. But again, it's going to depend on access. It might be actually more work if the tree's in the front yard because they can just crane it into the back of their truck. So it's all going to depend. If you want more information, again, we've got a video on this, or you can just go straight to the website and check out how to save money on tree removal. Okay, last but not least, where do you find all the good ones? Where are all the well-priced, highly skilled arborists in Melbourne? Now, you could go straight to Google, and the first ones that pop up right at the top, you could go there. The problem with that is most of those guys are spending a lot of money to be up the top, whether they're advertising or naturally at the top of the Google results. They're spending quite a bit of money to be there. It's not to say they are more expensive, but generally those costs do need to be passed on. So if you go to gotreequotes.com.au, you'll come to this page. So what we do at GoTree Quotes is we match homeowners with local tree specialists. Not just any local tree specialists, the ones that have been previously voted as the best price to quality balance by previous users. So all you need to do is come to our website, and in the bottom corner of this video you'll see a link now pop up, and that will take you directly to our site. Just fill in a few details about the tree, what type of job it is, send it off to us. We forward that on to the closest three guys who have been voted as the best price. They'll get in contact with you, give you a price for your job. If you're happy with the price, you can go ahead. If not, there is no obligation to hire. Thanks for watching. If you did like the video, please hit the like button down the bottom. And if you've got any comments, I'd love to hear them. Any links that I mentioned in the site are in the description below, or you can type it straight into Google. Thanks for watching, guys, and best of luck with your tree job.